Hi, my name is Meera Sanyal. I'm the Aam Aadmi Party candidate for South Mumbai. I've been a banker for 30 years, in my last role the CEO and chairperson of the Royal Bank of Scotland. I have had a very happy and successful banking career, and now I have decided to give the next 30 years, or as long as I live, to my country. While I was with the bank, I can count amongst my achievements leading the project finance team, setting up the global BPO for the bank in India, through which we created about 30,000 jobs, mentoring the microfinance program of the bank, which created livelihoods for over 6.5 lakh women. And through all of this, I've learned a lot about what works in our country and what doesn't. So what is my agenda? My agenda, first and foremost, centers around women. I think we need to focus on women's empowerment and also on women's safety. On the national agenda, I believe we have three main tasks. I call them my 3 E's. The first is empowering enterprise. The second is education. Our education system is badly broken. We need to fix it. And the third is the environment. We act as custodians for your future generation, and I think we're making, a very poor job of it. So we need to get better at that. For Mumbai, my city, I have what I call the 3 P's. The first is public affordable housing. Today, no one can afford to live in Mumbai. And if you can't afford to have citizens living in a city, the city will die. I think that's what we're seeing in Mumbai. Mumbai is in decline. The second is public transport. We are lucky to have a very good suburban train system, but it's not safe and it's not comfortable. Every 2 hours, someone is falling either to their death or to a grievous injury. This is not acceptable. And the third is public open spaces. We need more parks, we need more playgrounds, we need more places we can go and breathe and dream, and that is something that I am very deeply committed to. India is at a tipping point. I believe that this should be the golden age of India. We have everything going for us. We have a young, talented population. We have what we call the demographic dividend. We have an abundance of talent, great consumer demand, very entrepreneurial people. So this should be the time when India is prospering and growing and everyone is doing well. Unfortunately, that's not happening. The reason is there is a lot of corruption, there's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of bureaucracy. And for our nation, which is filled with very hardworking, entrepreneurial, innovative people, unfortunately, our leaders reflect none of these qualities. So India suffers from very poor leadership and very poor governance. We are a first-rate people with a third-rate leadership. And that's something we need to change. I believe people should vote for me because I'm standing for our country. I think we need people who are standing with ideals, with integrity, with intellect, selflessly in public service. If we have parliamentarians like that, and I believe I am one such person, we will have a better country. The one big learning I've had from the work I've done in the public space is that if you make the wrong assumptions, you will make the wrong interventions. And I'd like to explain that by just saying is that sometimes we take for granted that we know what the problem is, and then we rush into providing a solution. And sometimes the unintended consequences of that can be very dangerous. So what I have learned is that you must go out in the field. My 2009 campaign was a Padyatra, going and meeting people and listening to them as to what they think their problems are, rather than imagining what they are. And then asking them what the solutions are. In the last 5 years, I've done the same across many villages of our country. I've traveled to over 120 villages, staying in the homes of really poor women, spending 1 day and 1 night with them. And I've learned what wonderful things are happening in our country. To everyone who's cynical about India, I will say India is in good hands. Not in the hands of our leaders, but in the hands of the Aam Aurat and the Aam Insan of this country.